us today. Oh my gosh, you guys, this week has been so hard. It's been so hard mentally. So, I'm coming on here to do a reading for us and for me. I'm gonna go ahead and get started. I'm gonna leave the link to my website below. If you want to book a private reading with me, you can do so. Also, you can reach out to me at DAE dot royale at Outlook as well, you guys. I'm gonna go ahead and get started. Maybe this reading will have something for us because this week has been so rough. Okay, let's see. So the first card that we have at the top right of the spread, we have the Judgment card coming out in reverse. And I'm hearing the word detrimental. So the energy that's coming through with the Judgment card coming out in reverse is like just chaos, just everything all over the place. There is a reference to the 3D or to the physical, our physical reality, and how disruptive it can be when things are not going our way, or when things are not going according to plan. So it's just feeling very 3D with this Judgment card coming out in the reverse. On the left of the spread, we have the Queen of Swords in reverse as well. So there is a reference to, for whoever this message is for, spiritual team is saying to be very mindful of your thoughts, be very mindful of your words as well, how you're speaking about your situation, your circumstance is going to be very beneficial at this time. And directly underneath this Queen of Swords, we have the Ten of Swords. So there's definitely this energy of defeat for whoever this message is for, where you can feel like things are not getting better, or things are just not going according to plan, and how defeating that can be. But the significant thing is that it's coming through in the form of the Ten of Swords. So there is an opportunity for transformation as well. So keeping in mind what is in our control and what's not in our control will be very beneficial right now. If you've done all that you could do during this time and you're still feeling stressed out, the best thing to do right now is to kind of just allow things to play out, or to exercise patience. So love that for us. We also have the Knight of Wands coming out in the middle of the spread. So there's this energy to and a reminder, spiritual team is saying, to look to things that inspired to you, to cling to creativity, to cling towards whatever it is that helps you, helps bring your vibration up. There is a reference to, despite the circumstance and what is going on or what's not going according to plan, there is a reference to being able to find some form of inspiration or a form of creativity to help pass the time. And something about that is like affirming yourself, affirming your situation. One exercise that I've been doing personally is I've been dancing. And I'm not, you can, definitely do whatever you want to do. I'm dancing like not even to any music, just dancing. And I tell myself that I'm celebrating myself, I'm celebrating my circumstance and all that I've accomplished and what I'm still working through. And something about that allows me to get into a space where I can express gratitude. So, picking up practices that carry you through despite the discomfort, despite our physical realities not depicting to us what we would like to see, is going to be very beneficial for whoever this message is for. On the right of the Knight of Wands, we also have the Seven of Wands coming out upright. And so this is definitely speaking to the obstacles that whoever this message is for is or has been going through. And spiritual team is asking for us to fight back, not necessarily by trying to fix whatever the issue is, not necessarily by working extra hard, but more so mentally. Again, by speaking affirmations to yourself, being mindful of how you speak about your circumstance, things like that is going to be very beneficial. Spiritual team is saying that our mentality, and as well as the way that we're communicating regarding our circumstance is a vehicle that we can use to move ourselves forward. Okay. On the right of this Seven of Wands, which came out upright, we have the King of Pentacles. So for whoever this message is for, spiritual team wants us to know that the work that we have done thus far, it has substance, and it has the ability to create wealth and abundance for us. So if you find yourself in a situation where you've put in time, energy, and effort into a craft or into a piece of art or work, anything, whatever it is for you guys, um, that even if others are not acknowledging it, even if things are not getting off the ground, it doesn't mean that what you have put time, energy, and effort into is not as valuable as the intention that you have put into it. Right now, spiritual team is really asking us to have faith and to exercise gratitude, regardless of what our circumstance is looking like. But there's definitely a heavy energy and emphasis on if you've done all that you felt like you could do, don't feel like you have to, like things are not working out and things are breaking down, and that it's because of a lack of something that you're not doing. That's not the case right now. And it's actually kind of annoying because I feel based off of based off of the conversations that I have and the advice that I get from our spiritual teams, sometimes it's just like exercising faith is going to get us so much further than feeling like it's something that we need to do. Like it's not all just falling on us, even though sometimes it can feel like if I don't do it, nobody else will. Um, the truth is that we're not doing everything by ourselves, and that is an opportunity for us to relieve ourselves from the burden when things don't go according to plan as well. So this is what the Judgment card is speaking to in reverse. Hey y'all, thanks for commenting in the chat. I do see you. If you want to book a private reading, reach out to me at day.royale@outlook, and I'll leave the link to my website below. So earlier, the Queen of Swords came out in reverse, where spiritual team is saying that our voice and our thoughts are very important right now. Despite your circumstance, to be mindful of your communication. It's going to serve you well, and to pick up practices that help you maintain your vibration, to maintain your gratitude. On top of that, we have the Four of Cups coming out upright. So this is spiritual team coming through to acknowledge. They understand exactly how we feel. They understand fully our circumstances. And it may be beneficial for, if you pray, to pray. If you speak out loud to your spiritual team, make sure that you're doing that. We want to make sure that we are giving consent or speaking out about what it is that we need regarding our circumstance. We also have the Nine of Swords coming out upright. So for whoever this message is for, you may be in a state where you're feeling we can fall prey, or we can fall victim to anxiety and depression regarding our situation. So they're coming through to acknowledge that. We talked about the Judgment card in coming out in reverse earlier, and how our circumstances, our and our reality are right now showing a picture to us that is looking like it's not working out. And the strength card is coming out on top of that. So there's this energy of knowing what we need to do, but not feeling like we want to do that. There's this energy of knowing knowing the solution to the problem, or knowing that we can't physically do anything about the circumstance, but we can change our perspective, but not wanting to do that. So spiritual team is coming through to acknowledge that with the strength card in reverse. So try a little bit harder to maintain your momentum mentally and spiritually. Exercising our faith serves us well. And then I'm hearing the word depiction as well. So we have the Seven of Swords coming out, and this is coming in the form of self-doubt. So another thing that's coming through is spiritual team wants us to reflect on situations and circumstances that happened in the past that we've made it through, or that we've been able to identify grace. Like, think about that time that you almost stubbed your toe but you didn't, or that time that you almost dropped and spilled something on the ground but you didn't. That type of energy, to exercise gratitude. Think about, for me, I remember being in a getting a electric vehicle, renting an electric vehicle, and not knowing where the electric pumps were, or thinking that I was going to run out of battery, but I didn't. And so when I'm feeling really, feeling really burdened by the obstacles and the circumstances, I think about the times when I was in that electric vehicle and I didn't know if I was going to make it to the charge and what I was going to do from that point, but I got through it. So, thinking about that helps me to express gratitude for the situation and the circumstances that I'm in right now. Let's see. So we have the Seven of Swords. So I'm hearing the word misleading. We can allow ourselves, if we're not exercising our faith, we can allow ourselves to allow self-doubt to take over, to kind of get into those darker spaces where we think nothing is working. If that is happening for you, it's simply not true. So to be mindful of that. And on the right of that, we have the Two of Cups coming out in reverse. So whatever is not working out right now, it may be painful to realize or to acknowledge that, but really think about why you're hitting this wall or why you're experiencing this boulder. It may be an opportunity for us to pivot to something else. So maybe you need to switch platforms, or maybe you need to switch jobs. There's something about someone really wanted this to work out, whether it is a relationship, a job, a platform, a hobby, something that they've been working at for a while, but it's just not working for some reason. So that may be an opportunity to experience liberation, or to experience something new, better, greater. And then we also have the Wheel of Fortune coming out here. So definitely heavy on the exercising patience regarding your circumstance serves you well. And to know that your spiritual team is involved in your circumstance regardless of what you're experiencing. So that's the read, you guys. I hope that you enjoyed. I'm going to be doing lives a lot more often. If you're needing a reading, check out the link. I'll try to leave that below. But you could also reach out to me for a private read at day.royale@outlook.com. So that's pretty much it. Bye.